morning, students. I know you all are enjoying your vacations, but please keep following the safety rules, okay? Welcome in your SST class with me, Shraddha Shukla. Today we are going to discuss the topic Iron Age, okay? This is the second chapter of your SST textbook. But before that, let's take a quick revision of Stone Age. First of all, the Stone Age. In the Stone Age, the stones were mostly used to make tools and weapons. That is why it has got its name. Okay. Now, it is divided into four parts: the Old Stone Age, the Middle Stone Age, New Stone Age, and the Copper Stone Age. Okay. The first one, Old Stone Age, is also known as Paleolithic Age. The two very important inventions were, I'll tell you. The two very important inventions of this age were the fire and the beginning of agriculture. Okay, I don't have so much space here. Okay, so these are the two important inventions of Paleolithic Age. Now the second one, the Middle Stone Age, or it is also known as Mesolithic Age. As you can see, this is just a transition period between the Old Stone Age and the New Stone Age. So, Mesolithic Age is just a transition period between the Old Stone Age and the New Stone Age. There is nothing so significant was done in this age. The only improvement was that some of the humans have started making small houses. Okay. Now, the third one, New Stone Age, that is Neolithic Age. Okay. The very important inventions were polished stone weapon, the polished stone weapon, and the second one is invention of wheel. Invention of wheel. Okay, the invention of wheel has given birth to a new form of art, and that is pottery. It has given birth to potter's wheels also. Okay. Now, next one is Copper Stone Age. It is clear by the name of this age itself that the copper has been used in this age. Okay, the Chalcolithic Age. It is also known as the Chalcolithic Age. Okay, this age shows the ending of Stone Age and the beginning of Metal Age. Okay, in this age, this shows the ending of Stone Age and beginning of Metal Age, as the copper was being used in this age. Okay. Now, one more thing in this age human have started doing, that was making bronze. They have mixed copper and tin and melted it together to make bronze. Okay. So, bronze was made by mixing or melting copper and tin together. Okay, so this was a quick revision of your last class. Now let's discuss Iron Age. Students, iron is also a metal, so the Iron Age is just a time period of Metal Age. Okay. Now, the earliest use of iron is believed to be done in 2000 BCE. If you remember, in the last class I have told you about the time period of Chalcolithic Age, that was 4000 to 2000 BCE. And if the earliest use of iron was done in 2000 BC, that means the end of Chalcolithic Age. Okay. Now, students, the time period of Iron Age varies all around the world. For example, I am going to write it here. Okay, see. For example, for Europe and South Asia, the time period for Iron Age is 1300 to 1200 BCE. Okay, and for China it is 600 BC. Okay, so this is how the time period varies all around the world for Iron Age. Now we are going to discuss the growth of civilization in the Iron Age. That is this is the very important topic, the River Valley civilization. Okay, now the iron tools were very helpful for the growth and spread of human. Okay, it was very helpful in the growth of civilization because these tools were sharp and very light in weight. Okay, now students, you need to learn that during Bronze Age the human has started settling down near the river banks, or you can say near the river valleys. Okay, why so? Why they chose to settle down in river valleys only? It is because the land near the river banks was very fertile. First reason, and the second reason was the water to drink and for cultivation was easily available there. Okay, and the third point is the water provided a mode of transportation that was much easier to transport people and goods. Okay, also in this age the human has started living in small communities, in small groups. Okay, and to live in those groups they have to follow certain rules. Okay, now earlier the people were growing their food themselves. Okay, each one of them were growing food for themselves only. But later on, with the development of tools, especially the tools to be used in agriculture, few people were able to grow enough food for all. So the other people were free to do anything, such as jewelry making, pottery, painting, etc. Okay, so this stage of human habitation in which they have started living in communities, or you can say in small societies, this stage of human habitation is also known as civilization. Okay, so I am going to write down the definition of civilization. The stage of human habitation, the stage of human habitation in which they had started living in small groups or society, you can say, is known as civilization. Now, since all these civilizations were mostly developed in the river valleys, or you can say on the river banks, that is why they are also known as river valley civilization. Please remember, since these civilizations had mostly been developed in river valleys, that is why they are also known as river valley civilization. Okay, so you can add this into the definition. Now I am going to tell you the names of some rivers along which some important civilizations had been developed. Okay, so the first name is Indus River, which is in India. The second is Euphrates and Tigris. Euphrates and Tigris in Iraq. Third is Nile River in China. Nile River in Egypt. And the fourth one is Huanghe River in China. Okay, so these are the names of rivers along with some important civilizations had been developed. Okay, now for the growth and spread of human civilization, the human needed to clear out the dense forest, okay, so that they can get more land for their spread. Okay, so for that they needed to use iron tools. Okay, now let's discuss the features of Iron Age. Okay, some important features we are going to discuss here. The first one is, this age witnessed the development of small villages or settlements in the Gangetic area. Okay, so this age witnessed the development of small villages and settlements in Gangetic area. Okay, now the second point, in this age, during this age, the two large cities of Indus Valley civilization had declined. Okay, the large cities of Indus Valley civilization had declined. Now, the fourth point is, during this age, the human has started wearing ornaments made of glass, stone and terracotta. Okay, so human had started wearing the ornaments, or you can say the jewelries also, ornaments of stone, glass and terracotta. You must be thinking, what is terracotta? I'll tell you. Terracotta is reddish gray clay. Okay, this clay is not polished, it is just baked. It was just baked to make jewelries, okay, or the ornaments. So in this age, in the Iron Age, the human had started wearing the ornaments of stone, glass and terracotta. Okay, now the fourth one, this one is really important. You can say this one is important. Why? Because in this age, the birth of two new pottery styles was done. How? What are those two important pottery styles? The first one was, I'm going to write it like this, the new pottery styles. The first one was polished greyware. The second one is northern black polished ware. Okay, so these are the four important features of Iron Age. Now we are going to discuss Vedic Age. Well, let me just tell you, Iron Age nearly corresponds to Vedic Age. Okay, it also corresponds to the coming of Aryans in India. Also, it corresponds to the Vedic Age and the origin of, or the developments of, Mahajanpadas. Okay, so in Vedic Age, or let me just start from the beginning, the Harappan civilization has ended in 1500 BCE. Okay, after that, the Indus Valley area was brought under the occupation of new people known as Aryans. Okay, these people had come to India in the search of land for their spread, or you can say for their growth. Okay, they have come in India from Central Asian region. Okay, in India they are also known as Indo-Aryans. Okay, please remember this word, they are also known as Indo-Aryans in India. Okay, now Vedic age is divided into two parts, the early Vedic age and later Vedic age. It is divided into two parts, the early Vedic age and later Vedic age. Okay, but we are not going to discuss about them in this class. I'm ending my topic here, but I'm giving you an assignment. You have to write down at least 10 points to raise the difference between Stone Age and Iron Age. So this is your home assignment. Please do it and stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.